What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am live from my birthday vacation, bringing you all my all tea, all shade, love and marriage Huntsville, season 3, episode 6 review. You guys know I love you if I'm fucking with y'all while I'm on my 40th birthday vacation. But I love y'all, so I had to bring it to you. Plus, the episode was really, really good. But before I begin, I have some behind the scenes tea for you guys. So on the episode, what was it? Episode 4, when Destiny had her lunch, brunch, or whatever, she thought that Mel had something to do with knowing that Tiffany was going to bring up the stuff about LaBrick and all of that stuff. So Melody posted on her Instagram this. She said, so about last night and last Saturday night, this was 2 weeks ago when she posted this. She was like, I'm going to speak on this one time only. Other than that, y'all can enjoy the show. Number one, I didn't know Tiffany and Destiny had met at my house before, as neither ever told me about their convo, which is why I thought I was introducing them. Number two, I didn't know the info Tiffany brought to the brunch beforehand. It ain't like she sat down with me and told me. Watched the episode before last night. She said in my office that she didn't know Destiny when I asked, which is true. Think about it. What in the hell has Destiny done to me that would warrant me being shady to her? Right. Nothing. So make it make sense or use a little common sense. Number 3, my point of asking if her ex-husband was a cheater is simple. If he wasn't, which I already knew the answer to, then ain't no reason to be worried about this old news, because as I was yelling from the table, it doesn't matter. I know y'all want there to be beef so bad, for me to be a mean girl so bad, for me to be a bad friend so bad. Welp, hashtag sorry, hashtag not sorry, hashtag love and marriage Huntsville. So that's what Miss Mel had to say about that. And then I already clarified for you guys that Mel did not do the hiring process when it came to hiring Tiffany and her husband to be on the show. Carlos King handled and all of that. So back to last night's episode. So Mel and Destiny are going at it at Mel's Taco Tuesday situation, and Tisha is sitting there with that ponytail enjoying every minute of it. She dropped that little nugget on Mel and sat back and watched the goddamn explosive explode. So Destiny was like, this is my thing, Miss Tiffany, with your ice cold tea. It wasn't the time nor the place. She keep on saying it was ice cold tea, but you the one that ran to the bathroom and started crying. So it wasn't ice cold tea, baby. That shit was piping hot and brewing. That's why your ass was in the damn bathroom bawling your eyes off. If it was ice cold tea, you wouldn't have been pressed about it. You wouldn't even been moved by it at all. So Tiffany's like, when I brought it to you that day, you didn't have anything to say. Oh, where's the lie? So Mel says, can we just say there is no ill intent? And Destiny's like, no, because I have my feelings. And Destiny had a lot of energy for Mel that I just didn't understand where it was coming from. Like, she had so much animosity and was basing her voice for somebody that's supposed to be like one of your good Judies. It was just like misplaced anger. I didn't really understand it. I felt like Destiny was doing team too much. It was like, what is going on here? So then they start playing this game, and the question that comes up is, have you ever been a side chick? And Kimmy says yes. And if y'all peep game, Tisha side-eyed the fuck out of her. And I was like, Tisha so motherfucking shady boots. She was side-eyeing her like, so you was fucking with Maurice when he was with Kyle? I know the real tea. Baby, Kim, you better knock on her forehead. So then the next question was, would you have a threesome? Destiny thought that Kimmy would say she would have a threesome with her because she brought up this situation where Kimmy like touched on her or some shit. And Kimmy was like, I touch everybody on everybody, remember? And she was throwing shade to Mel from when Mel and Martell had that conversation in the kitchen about her, Kimmy touching on Martell and this, that, and the third. And Mel was like, she touched inappropriately on everybody's husband or some shit like that. So she threw shade at Mel with that little side comment. Where was I at? So Tisha was like, you ain't gonna touch Marceau. I'm like, girl, don't nobody want to touch the Grinch stole Christmas but your ass. You the only one want that funny looking ass nigga. So Mel talks about starting co-parenting classes. And in the midst of her talking, Destiny just jumps into the conversation, and Mel was like, I'm still talking, Destiny. And she was like, don't do me, Mel. And I was just like, you're being rude. She was talking, and whether you were agreeing with her when she was like, I'm still talking, you'd be like, oh, my bad, girl, I wasn't trying to, she just came with this fucked up energy, and it was just like, girl, if you didn't want to be here, why are you here? Like, take that shit on over there with LeBrick and that badass baby of yours. Don't come over here with that foolishness. I just didn't understand Destiny's energy at all. She was just totally off and was just doing team too much, and I would have cussed her the fuck out. So Destiny in her confession was like, I didn't want to be here because of Tiffany. I ain't feeling this party. Well, bitch, if you didn't want to be there because of Tiffany, you should have stayed your miserable ass the fuck at home. Like I said, I've peeped Destiny's tea. Destiny doesn't want her tea to be spilled on this show. She is trying to deflect energy elsewhere outside of that marriage. I don't know what the fuck happened over there, but she is not trying to bring that shit to this show for whatever reason, and I see right through Destiny. So Mel was like, I didn't know about Destiny's divorce till a month later, which I'm still pissed at. And Destiny was like, so my divorce is about you? And Mel was like, no, it's not about me, but like, as your friend, you would think you would tell me some shit like that. And one thing I can say about Mel is at least she brought it to her face instead of going and telling the next person before she came to her with it, unlike what Destiny did with this whole situation with Tiffany, where she went and brought it up to Tisha first, knowing she was being messy, instead of bringing it to Mel in that moment when it was happening, or either right afterwards. You waited weeks later to now come to her on some attitude thinking that she was trying to set you up. Like, girl, have several. So Destiny get mad and leave. And I was like, bye miserable, bye brokey. Get out of here with that. So Tisha goes to Scott Manor to see Marceau, and she points out that her Uncle Mike, or his Uncle Mike, is moving slow. Like, really nothing is really being done for real. And Marceau was like, lesson learned, we'll pay people with a finished product moving forward. And I was like, y'all already paid this man and he ain't done yet? Marceau want to act like he is Bill Gates out here in these streets, like he Jeff Bezos, but then he makes the stupidest business decisions, a la hiring Kimmy's son to be the general manager when he has no general manager experience, a la paying your uncle in advance for a job that has not been completed. That's business 101. Why would I pay you for something that has not been completed yet? That makes absolutely no fucking sense. If I'm gonna give you anything, it'll be a deposit, and then once the job is finished, you'll get paid. So of course he done got his money now, so he lackadaisical with this shit. Ain't no fire being put up underneath his ass to finish it, so that was stupid on your part. So Tisha tells Marceau about taco night and how Mel told her that she got a message saying from some girl saying that she saw her friend husband hugged up with some woman in Texas, talking about some woman came to her saying that they saw Marceau hooked up with somebody in Texas, but it wasn't overseas. And what's her name? Tisha was like, it wasn't no receipts. They just want you to be the bad guy and me to be a stupid girl. I don't know what that is. Tisha like to play stupid, but Tisha is not dumb about a long shot. Tisha know her nigga. If we know that nigga done cheated on her, she know that nigga done cheated on her. We all heard the audio from when Ariane Curry was on the phone with the girl Dawn, not even knowing that she was being voice recorded, and she brought up Marceau fucking with Martell's cousin Alonda. That was the mistress. We all know it to be true. That's the reason why Marceau never went up against Mel and Martell with the whole you was cheating on Tisha's shit. You see, he always cowered because they knew the real tea. And the reason why Mel never came out and said what it was is because it was Martell's fucking cousin and her ex-beautician. That's why she couldn't put the shit straight out there on blast. So, like, girl, if we know that, and yeah, they brought the bitch on Instagram Live to dispute the shit, but that bitch wasn't trying to be out here being called a homewrecker and everybody to be in her comment section calling her a slut hoe. So she did what she needed to be done, her and Marceau, to cover their asses. But Tisha ain't stupid, and whatever comes in the wash will come out in the sea, or whatever the goddamn me analogy is. So, she asked him to go to therapy again, and he says no because you don't need to get through anything by listening to what people outside of your house. You got to listen to people inside of the house. And I was like, listening to you is what got her fucked up right about now and got her brainwashed. Marceau in his confession was like, I think therapy is great for people who need it, and that's not me. Lies you tell, nigga. You one of the motherfuckers on this show that need it the most with your chauvinistic ass. He is the most chauvinistic person. He is he's chauvinistic. What's the other word that I want to say? I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Not a womanizer. I can't even think of it. But yeah, he's totally against women. He belittles women. He thinks that women are underneath them. He thinks that women have a place that shouldn't be stepped out of. I cannot deal with Marceau. Like, he needs therapy upon therapy upon therapy. So Destiny at home, and Mel stops by with this big ass watermelon so they could sit down and have a kiki. So they sit down on Destiny's couch, and Destiny was like, I invited you over because you were pressing the issue about what I felt. With Tiffany, it was like, why is she here, and why is Mel bringing someone to bring me some tea? Well, first of all, she was pressing the issue because you pressed the issue by bringing it to television and to Tisha before you brought it to me. Okay? So you thought I was being funny. And instead of coming to me, even in the moment when you thought I was being funny, or right after the cameras dropped for the day, whatever, you should have stepped to me and said, do you know this bitch? Did you know she was about to come here and say this, that, and the third to me? Like, what's going on? Did you know? Whatever. You then decided to bring it to television and bring it up on camera to Tisha, of all people that you know I don't fuck with and we don't get along like that, before you even step to me, somebody that's supposed to be your friend. Make it make sense. But then I'm the one that's pressing the issue? Nah, sis. So then when she says with this Tiffany, it was like, why is she here? Why is Mel bringing someone to bring me some tea? You're just assuming. You don't even know. You did not ask. So you thinking the worst of me and I'm supposed to be your friend? That says a lot. So Mel was like, I tried to calm the situation down. I wouldn't have anyone come around with ill intentions. Destiny says, open your eyes when I'm talking to you. Mel was like, I'm not Law talking about her baby. And she said, I'm not Malia, Malaya, Obama, I'm not either. And it was like, girl, what is all this energy for? Did you get that same energy just a little brick ass when he was out here taking other bitches to goddamn banquets and shit? Girl, you better have several. So Mel was like, don't be aggressive. Destiny talking about some, you basically told me to shut up. Mel started laughing, because I would have started laughing too. Like, because girl, you are obviously putting on for these cameras. Like, you just trying to make sure you get picked up for season 4. Like, what's going on here? Because you gotta be playing. So Destiny's like, are we gonna be grown women or children? I felt very disrespected. I don't roll like that, and I won't tolerate it. Girl, I don't give a fuck what you don't tolerate. I really the fuck don't, because I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. Mel was a better woman than me. Belle really handled herself, because girl, you got Life, me, Law, LaBrick, that damn beauty supply, everything fucked up. So Mel was like, you were like, don't do that. Who are you talking to? Grown people can't say, give me a minute, which is true. Destiny's like, your tone was like, shut the fuck up. I very politely asked you to stop talking. Destiny's like, that's your story and you're sticking to it, but all right, whatever. Mel was like, let's just cut the watermelon. If it's sweet, we'll stay friends, and if it's not, we won't be. Of course she knew that damn big ass watermelon was gonna be sweet. They laughed and kikied about it after that, but you can tell that there is a little bit of a fracture there, because I wouldn't have felt good about that conversation afterwards, because you totally came out your neck at me like I was some bitch off the street, and I just would never be able to handle that. I don't like Destiny's attitude. Like, she, for the most part, she cool, but she giving me her first season Destiny again, and it's like, girl, sit your big lip ass down somewhere looking like Winnie the fucking Pooh. Ooh, girl, bye. So the Scott crew in Kiowa gathers at, I think it's called Black Uptown, whatever it's called, to celebrate their boys going to high school. A fish called Wanda that made her debut this season with her paper curls, looking a hot country five mess. She just looked like she smelled like coleslaw and catfish and baked beans and bush beans. So Destiny, Mel, Tiffany, and her husband Louis join. Maurice is going to confront Tiffany about bringing up Monster vaping in the bathroom at school or wherever he was vaping at. So Martell arrives with one of his son's shirts on. I swear this nigga just do not want to breathe. This nigga literally uses his shirt as a mobile oxygen tank. You can't tell me them shirts ain't cutting off that nigga's circulation. It's like, nigga, can you not afford no new clothes? Like, can we all make a GoFundMe for Martell to have some clothes that actually are loose fitting? Because this nigga is still trying to squeeze in like a size large, and that nigga is obviously a double XL with them muscles now. Like, the money is not there. The money is not residing anymore. So he speaks to Mel, and she was like, hi. And girl, he grabbed her like, you gonna speak to me, girl? He want that old thing back. Girl, he want her back so bad. Like, boy, have several. Like, stop trying to make fetch a thing. Nobody wants you, Gretchen. So Maurice pulls Tiffany and Louis aside with Kimmy, and they sit down, and Maurice was like, did you get the info from the school about Monster vaping? Because if so, it's going to be a problem or whatever. And I can understand him having an issue about her bringing up his son on camera, because the children are supposed to be off limits or whatever, and it was just like a weird thing to even bring up. But at the same token, sir, you should take accountability for the fact that you didn't even tell your wife that her stepson, the person that lives in the same house with you all, was caught vaping. You told his mama and didn't even tell his stepmother, who is with him on an everyday basis helping to raise him. So you need to take accountability too for leaving Kimmy out there looking stupid once again, not knowing what the fuck is going on in her own goddamn household while you trying to check somebody. Tiffany was like, I don't know where I got it from. Tiffany, to me, seems like she got duped. Tiffany got duped to come on there when she did her interview process. They was like, how do you know these people? Do you know anything about them? She must have told them about the incidents with LeBrick, and then she must have brought up the incident with Monster, and they was like, okay, so when you go to this brunch, I want you to bring this up to the ladies. And that's what she did, and she was not prepared for the repercussions that came with her spilling these goddamn T-bombs, and she got used by production, and now she's trying to backtrack and act like, I didn't even know it was that bad. Bitch, you knew exactly what you were doing, but you weren't ready for that smoke and that heat that was about to come on behind it. So you got played by production, sweetheart. Reality television 101. So her husband Louis was like, there was no negative connotation there. Like, my wife wouldn't, is not mean-hearted, this, that, and the third. Kaya would then bring her big back ass over there, her wide back, wide receiver looking ass. And Maurice was like, I talked to Kaya about this. I didn't even talk to Kimmy about this. We don't, something about a breaking point, I forgot. But once again, you should have told your wife. But okay. So Tiffany started crying because, like I said, she feeling that heat now. And she was like, in her confessional, I feel absolutely terrible that I caused Monster to have a stain on his reputation, this, that, and the third. And I was like, well, bitch, you should have thought about that. So Mel, Martell, Marceau, and Wanda are talking at the bar. I think Destiny was even sitting there. And Mel was like, Marceau, you ain't deliver Martell a personal bottle like you did me, talking about that chocolate champagne shit they trying to hawk off on everybody. And here come Wanda, telling me, I don't like that, sweetie. I'd rather for his wife to give it to you than him. And Mel was like, let me go, because I ain't got time for Wanda Chronicles today. Like, once again, she doing way too much, trying to get 5 minutes of fame with that fucked up ass spritz hairstyle. Child, look like if you even light a match by her, she just gonna explode into a ball of fire. So she goes over to where Maurice and them are and asks what's going on. She sees Tiffany crying, and Mel was like, I've known her for a long time. This isn't even her character, this, that, and the third. So Louis was like, we apologize. And Maurice is like, I accept your apology. In the restroom, Mel says that the issue is more so that Kimmy didn't know, which I honestly feel like that was a big part of it. So then we see the other little side cast member, Cataract. He arrives. Like, why are we still trying to make him a thing on this show? Like, why is he always popping up every season? I hate him and I hate his name. Cataract arrives and says that Martell gets bigger and bigger every time he see him, and I was like, there was no lie spoken. But Mel defends Martell, and like I said on last week's episode, one thing about Mel and Martell is they make a great duo. They make a great team. If they could get past the bullshit, if Martell could grow the fuck up and take accountability for his actions and actually change, they could be still a power couple, but in a friendship way where they can get money together, because together they are a dynamic duo. And he needs her. She don't need him, but he needs her. And together they are just on a whole other level together. So Marceau in his confession was like, I personally think that the divorce was Mel taking it too far because there's love there. You shut up. You shut up. Shut it up. Shut the fuck up. Worry about your own marriage. So Wanda then started talking to Mel and Martell, and she was like, you knew he was messing around with the same coleslaw woman, whoever she is. Bitch, you know exactly who she is. And you watch Funky Dineva. Have several. So Mel was like, you followed her, told her she was beautiful. Like, all that fake capping ass shit. Like, Carlos, do us a favor. We don't need to see Wanda, because actually at this point we see now that she just doing shit for camera time. She's not even being authentic. She don't need to be in the mix. Ain't nobody else mama's all in the mix. We don't really need to see her no more, because she's not even being genuine. At this point, she's playing a character for television, and it's not even authentic, and we don't want to see it. So, Martell at that point tries to walk away, and they Wanda pulled him back, and she was like, you think someone gonna give you more respect with 4 kids? Mel was like, yes. And Wanda was like, I know both of y'all love each other. And I'm like, so since she got 4 kids, you think ain't no other man gonna want her? Girl, sit down somewhere. I would have kicked Wanda and them paper curls. So Martell was like, you love that man to Mel. Wanda was like, the better question is, do you still love her? He was like, I'm always love that girl. Oh, we know you are. Duh. So Martell then walks off and joins the men. Wanda gonna say to Mel, you don't have to just throw him away. But you the same person last season that was going off on him about cheating and having a baby, this, that, and the third. Like I said, it's all faking for television at this moment. Like, Wanda, please have several. Get her off my screen. I don't like that lady. Don't like her daughter. Don't like her ugly ass son or her cousin, niece, Kevin. Get them all off my screen. So, Martell was like, when Wanda said to me, you don't have to just throw him away, then Martell was outside talking to the guys, and he was like, we definitely be better together. We all know that you would be much better with her. You would have money to afford to go to a Kohl's or JCPenney's to buy you some new polo shirts. So Cataract gonna say a baby complicates things though. So everybody looking like, oh shit, he brought it up. Marceau was like, did you get a DNA test? I mean, because if you love her, don't do it. Talking about Ariane. Martell was like, really, nigga? So then back inside, Wanda was like, I wish y'all could have made up. And Mel was like, it's funny because she's the same person liking the side woman's pics, but she wishes that we could get together. Like, girl, I would have thumped her in her forehead. Literally thumped her in her forehead. Girl, get out of my face. Boo-boo. So that's my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was a great episode. Can't wait for next week's episode. Really not feeling Destiny. Can't stand Wanda. Maurice needs to have several. Marceau is an asshole. Martell, I guess he's trying to do some type of damage control. I don't really know what's going on with that. Can't wait for next week's episode for Kimmy to cuss Wanda ass the fuck out. I have a very important video, you guys, dropping this Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time on my channel. A week or so ago, I asked you guys to pray for me and to keep me in your prayers because I am going through something very important right about now. So I have a video dropping Friday that discusses everything that has been going on with me that you guys really need to know about. So make sure you tune in this Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time for that video. You do not want to miss it. It is a very, very, very important video. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my backup channel. The link is down below in the description box. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. When I get back from vacation, I will be dropping my Real Housewives of Potomac review, so be on the lookout for that, as well as all of the other reviews for this week. Love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.